There are many simple things in the world. Shovels. They are all different. Gardening shovel. Unloading shovel. Children's shovel. But there is also a different shovel. We use it when we come to the position. In short time, it helps us dig a trench which saves us from bullets. If a tank will pass over the trench, there is a high probability that it will not cause any harm to the soldier. We dig in the ground, deeper, and then connect the trenches with our friends to the left. In just a few hours, trenches are all connected. When we do not have an axe, we can use a shovel to cut a loaf of bread. A soldier uses a shovel as a paddle, crossing the wide river under enemy fire. If we run out of ammunition, we will use a shovel again, and then we'll move on. And when we get the order to stop, we'll take a shovel again and build around us an impregnable fortress. This fortress is defended by the army of Ukraine, our army.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you ever have one of those moments where you think, how the hell did I get here? Jeez, what happened to me? I was ruling the galaxy. Had a cherry new battle station. I mean, this place had an omelet bar. What the moments? That was my out.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I looked my woman in the eye sockets. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said, I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
You said bitch, though. You called your wife a bitch.
Yeah.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
On this 24 June, the year of our dumpster fire, 2024. 6/24/24. There we go. Yeah. Anyways, ice host, the Monday edition, US Army WTF Moments, and WTF Nation Radio. Hope you all doing good tonight on this fine, funky Monday. Oh man, so I kind of had a delay because I was getting some details. It appears that Julian Assange, yeah, that dude is out. He's been released. He's gonna be released. I gotta triple double check. I gotta triple double check this. This is breaking news. Everyone's freaking out about Julian Assange. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. It's damn. That's it's like legit just broke. As a matter of fact, let me just Julian Assange, Julian Assange. Yeah, he's free. He currently left. As a matter of fact, he's a free man. He's going to be going back. Hang on. Let me see if I got some. Yeah, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange boards a plane after being released from prison. Dude, I'm going to window cap this. Now, everyone goes back and forth onto should he not been? Should he not been? I talked to some individuals in the InfoSec community. Here we go. There he is right there. He's getting it. There you go. Look at he's getting it. Oh shit. Oh wait. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to tweet myself. Always make sure you tweet yourself. Because if you keep tweeting yourself, you'll go blind. No, sorry, that's an old dad joke. Hang on, let me see. Hang on. Oh, am I live? Yeah, there we go. I'm live. There we go. I even said that. Here, I tweet myself. Sorry, I totally forgot to do this. This is part of my. I totally forgot to do this. Hang on. I'm gonna type this. I'm gonna tweet this. I'm live. Here we go. Kind of threw me off a little bit. Because I was like, oh shit. There we go. I'm live now. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to catch that. I forgot to do that. One of my last PCCs and PCI pre-combat checks, pre-combat inspections. I forgot to do that. But anyways, he's been released. Speaking to some individuals in the InfoSec community, all the hackers and all the, everybody, all the media, some people are saying yes, that's great. Some people are saying no, that's bad. I'm just saying, I think he's the last of the chapter of at the time Bradley Manning, now Chelsea Manning, when he provided all that information dump, and he used that for WikiLeaks. So are we mad at? Are we? That's somebody brought up a good point. Are we mad at him, or are we just mad at the fact that he revealed some information that he could have been that I don't know. Yeah, exactly that, Heather. I can't wait to see what he drops now. So apologies for being all over the place. I got kind of frazzled because I didn't even expect him to get. But according to some of the news outlets, where's he headed? Australia. He's gonna go down under. And so basically, dude, it's just he's out now. Everyone's freaking out. He's just talking about blah 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 blah. He's talking about how he was the one that if you youngins don't know, He was the one that led to Hillary Clinton's emails being exposed, and just went out there. And he reached a plea deal with the U.S. Justice Department, allowing him to be released from prison. Dude. Exactly. What is he going to say next? What is Julian Assange? I had a whole diatribe and monologue about ready to go off about D-Day and its commercialization. But I guess I'll have to wait. So yeah, see, the chats are going right now. Some individuals are saying he's a hero. Some individuals say he should have stayed in prison. Individuals, someone sent me a chat right now, good or bad, even to include even some of the, yeah, right there. Everyone's, it's kind of back and forth. He should have stayed in prison. It's good he got released. If you arrested every publisher, and this from Pip, that released salacious material, imagine how fucked our democracy would be. Is that what you're saying? You kind of think about it, right? What were they holding him back from? See, now, this being an election cycle, hold on to your butts. Hold on to your butts. Like Samuel Jackson said on Jurassic Park. Dude. He's going to come out with some shit. I guarantee there's probably some stuff right now that is in his mind, and he's probably going, you know what? I got some motherfuckers. I got some scores to settle. I mean, everyone, come on. You got some of that stuff you've been through, and you've been part of the political process and all that, and you've been used and defamed or whatever. Again, I'm just talking about the situation. We can argue back and forth because he had classified information that he got from some punk ass who's a fucking traitor who decided to leak all this information because he was butthurt about, it's always the intel guys too. And he's a reporter. Now look, there's journalists that I speak to that talk about the ethics of having classified information and going back and forth. Patrick says, as long as nobody takes him out in a freak accident, that's what everybody else is saying. Everyone says he's going to get Hillaried. This is going to be awesome because due to the election coming up, I guarantee it. There's going to be some information that's going to come out. Lord have mercy. He's gonna. Woo. It's gonna be fun. So, oh man, I was about ready to go off on a diatribe, had a monologue ready, and this just like threw me off. Are you gonna talk about Julian Assange? You gonna talk about? Yeah. Okay, we'll talk about Julian Assange just for a second. But yeah, let me see. Oh, WikiLeaks, which has a followership on Twitter for over 5 some odd million and stuff like that. There you go. He's got some more pictures right here. Let's get some more. Hillary, how about Epstein? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, before the Epstein thing, everyone would say Hillary because that would be just kind of like ironic that any associate that Hillary would fucking deal with would be mysteriously dead. Like for real, right now, like me. I love life. I'm of right mind, and I do not want to kill myself. There you go. I'm just saying. I want him to go on a podcast tour, and I want to see him on Joe Rogan and Sean Ryan. Spill the beans. I'm curious to know what else he has up his sleeve, man. I'll guarantee it. You cannot be in that position and watch all these fucking pundits talk shit and all this other stuff. I wonder what he's going to talk about the mainstream media. What he's going to say of who held what and who has stopped. You know what I mean? Dude. Hang on. I'm getting some emails and some text messages. This is a great interruption because this right here, you see that? This right here, I got some friends that I'm working with. You see that? That is a Medallion U.S. Army WTF Moments emblem, and that is going to be for an event that's going to be coming up. I'm so excited, and I'm pumped. I'm kind of pumped. I want to see how this. Hang on. Let me. So yeah, hang on. You guys approve that? You guys like that? Did you guys like that? That little emblem right there? Yeah. So it was like, show it again. Okay. Hang on. I normally don't do this. I think it's kind of rude, but this is kind of like live action something. I commented something crazy about Everyone liked it? Oh, hey, what's up, Steve? Oh, man. Steve likes it. There we go. Matter of fact, let me big screen this because how rude am I of to not be able to show? There you go. Hang on. Pew. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, this is the future of WTF moments. This is some stuff happening. Now, the reason why these are made, look at them gold. Look at that. Oh, man, that's like baller ass shit. Master P would hang around. Look at that. He would wear this stuff around his neck and on his necklace. Look, hell yeah. That is an emblem that is going to be going on some merch because I, representing a U.S. Army, a WTF Moments, and a WTF Nation Radio, I will be participating in a shit. I fucked it up again. There you go. Hey, I didn't get it right. I'm not doing this because I want to brag at Steve's work. But there you go. There's the image. There you go. I fucked it all up. There you go. Now you can see it. I'm pumped. I am pumped. So at any rate, without further ado, we'll be talking about what we are doing. Is that U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio has been invited, and this was an easy draw the straws. We have been invited to Haircuts for Heroes. Haircuts for Heroes is an event. It's going to be a big, badass event. This event here is going to be happening in Colorado and in Colorado Springs. And so, did you see what I commented? Somebody's getting fired? What happened? What? Did I just crazy? What? You just what? I just commented something crazy about your post about SF that just happened in my town to go to. Let's go. Haircut for Heroes. So, Haircut for Heroes. I, yours truly, will be sitting right next to the guys who are building the merch. And I'm going to tell you what, this is going to be epic. Here's the thing. Is organizations, I don't know, they're not doing these things right anymore. Installations are just not doing it right. I guess in the local area at Fort Carson, which, they're friends of, we're friends. We talk, we're in good terms. I'm not ragging on Fort ID, I'm just saying Fort Carson. They had a small event, and I guess it wasn't big enough. It wasn't big enough at all. And so a member of the local community decided to do this Haircuts for Heroes. This is going to be on the 4th of July. Now, with this, there's going to be some baller ass. I mean, I don't even know where to start. There's going to be so much stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Here's where you're going to see the merch from Chop Customs. And they're going to have some custom merch. And they're going to have a collaborative U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio and Haircuts for Heroes merch. But you got to get there. You got to show up and hang out. See what's up. The boys are happy. They're excited. This event has actually been kind of in the works. It all started with just simple conversations. Hey man, get your haircut, you dirty a bunch of dirty hippies. It pretty much started off as a conversation just between veterans and veteran entrepreneurs, which is why we're going to have Marshall Terrin on tonight. We're going to talk about that, and we just started rapping and just start shooting the breeze and say, hey, we got this stuff going on. And would you be interested in some merch stuff? And I'm like, let me see what's up and talk to the team and all that. And then coincidentally, right after that, we got a message in the inbox and the emails like, hey, check out somebody's asking about some event. So let me check it out. So we check it out and all this event. And I'm like, you know what? Do you need vendors? And I'm paraphrasing, of course. Do you guys need vendors? Do you guys need some love? Well, yeah, we want some love. We want to see what's up. Well, what's going on? Well, we're going to have this event, and this event here is going to be with vendors. There's going to be a band. Bro, there's going to be a taco truck. All I'm just saying is all you had to say was food truck, and you know me, bro. I am freaking there. So this whole event is going to be in support of the veteran community and support of all of our military members in the Fort Carson, Colorado Springs area. And so this is going to be a pretty badass event. I'm excited because I'll be hanging out with a great group of veterans and all that. I'll be hanging out with some, I didn't realize I had fans. I didn't realize we want to go and meet ICE. I'm like, what? I have fans? Or just individuals that want to come out and shoot the shit and do some selfies. So am I giving out high-end tights? Negative. Come on, man. I got no hair. So this event's going to be pretty cool because it's actually going to span a few hours. That actually is going to go up into the night, and it's going to be like you see on the flyer there. It's going to be honoring the honor flight, supporting the honor flight of Southern Colorado. And you guys know about the honor flight. They are the guys that take the bunch of old retired veterans, some of them World War II, Korean vets, Vietnam vets, and they fly them to specific events or memorial events, and they're a great cause to join. So again, this is for a great cause. So it's going to be at 2 p.m. on the 4th of July. Now that's a Thursday. That's Sergeant's time. So I'm going to be there. I'm going to hang out, and that's my starting time. So you'll be seeing some posts on the main page. So you'll see the regular schedule stuff on the main page, but you'll also see on the radio page, though, you'll see on WTF Nation Radio's page, you'll be seeing us going live. I'll be going live to a couple of stuff as well and posting some stuff on other social media platforms. So it's a free haircut for all active duty and veterans. That's the kicker, man. But of course, the food. Ice, it's a trap so they can show you the mold in the barracks. No, it's not. This is for a good cause. I'm already talking to the right people. Dude, I'm going to tell you what right now, guys. If you take me to the freaking barracks, Chops Customs, and I tell you what, if I see barracks, man, I'm pulling up stakes and I'm leaving. I'm just kidding. So it's going to be on the 4th of July from 2 p.m. 2 p.m. local to 9 p.m. local. It sounds like mountain time or something like that. And then fireworks are going to be at 9:30 from UC Health Park. They are the best seats in the house. And so it will be cool. I can't wait. So it's a few hours. You can come out, hang out, see who's there. I already got the map of the details of what's happening. So, bro, I am freaking pumped. I cannot hype this anymore. There's going to be a band. Let's see who we got there. I'm just going to flip through the sites through the site right quick, and let's see. They're going to have Medusa Bureau is going to be here. Old North End Tattoos. Shit, let me just pull that window cap back up again so we can see all the individuals that are going to be there. Look at the barbershop is on east side of town, away from Fort Carson. Yeah, away from that riffraff, right, Mike? Yes, we'll be away from Carson. Yes, indeed. There you go. I'm just breaking balls. Colorado Springs is a pretty cool place. It's pretty decent. You got to get used to it. So as you can see right there, everyone's right there. Look at that. Bam, bam. Look at the Old North End tattoo. Oh, look at this, us. Look at that. Oh, snap. We're going to be there. Whoop, whoop. Yay, yay. Faded Image Barbershop. There's going to be shout out to the awesome sponsors right there. Hey, I would not, I got to give the shout out to the sponsors. Warfighter Disability Services, Medusa Beard Oil, EXP Military Network, Haircuts for Heroes, of course, a Neon Salon, Barbershop, the Rockies, Bria. Man, I can't wait. The taco stuff, man. Bees Hunter, Backyard Honey, Avila Piercing. Man, this is gonna be awesome, man. All these sponsors right here. Bradley on air. Oh man, there's gonna be fellow broadcasters out there too. Yay, yay. Let me see. See what else we got. I'm kind of getting giddy because I'm like skipping all over this. MetroNet, of course, is one of the sponsors. Kevin Austin. So yeah, dude. Look at that. Yeah, bro. This is gonna be awesome. These are all the individuals that are gonna be showing up, and I will be, of course, walking around there, hanging out, and doing some selfies, and maybe I might be throwing some stickers at you, or maybe a couple of. Maybe you might. Ooh, you know what? You might end up seeing. You might if you might see this. You might get some of this too. You might get a Ranger tab, the Long tab, the Real tab, the WTF Moments Top Fan tab. Yeah, dueling pianos as well. Man, am I running? Guys, Mike, Steve, am I good? Have I propped it up? Oh yeah, the link. Oh my bad. Shit, dude. Oh, shit. Let me get the link here. Let me get the link, y'all. And let me just drop this in here so all the chats get it. So right now, currently, with the exception of the X app, obviously you don't able to drop the chats in there. We can receive the chats, but we can't grab the chats. So I'm excited, man. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm already shopping to get more convention or more gear. I will not be wearing any Stormtrooper armor or Darth Vader armor. I will be ball cap, t-shirt, hanging out, shooting the breeze. Might get a tat. I don't know. Might get some piercings. Ooh, might get a WTF Moments pat. Ooh, yeah. How many years do you have to be a top fan to get that badge? I don't know. You know what? That's a good point. Will I be doing karaoke? No. Will I be doing some singing? No. I don't know. I will be driving, so I don't want to like drink and drive and stuff unless one of the bros right there in the chat that are at the event is walking help me out. I'm just saying. Soggy Bottom and the Soggy Bottom boys and some I'm pretty sure there's some guys that can sing. They will sing some of that stuff. So, most bands they do that anyways. They'll cover that. But like I said, I'm going over the emails, going over all the chats and seeing between the event organizers and everybody else. And so I'm pumped. I'm really excited, man. One of the biggest things that I'm looking forward to is hanging out within the WTF Nation community. Again, the Rona is done. And it's great to go back into the stuff. CQ has his events that he goes to with the Comic Cons. Now it's my turn to do the outreach that me and Spanky do. So if you go ahead and look at the chat, if you look in the chats right now, I just dropped the link for Haircuts for Heroes limited edition ball caps, and you looking forward to some of the other drip they're going to be coming out with. I'm excited. Whoop whoop! I'm excited. Yeah. At any rate. So I think good 15, 20 minutes of plug right there would be good enough. I dropped the chats. Yep, drop that. Yep. So everyone get on board because we're about ready. It's gonna be a blast. What I'm looking forward to specifically is just interacting with the fan base again. Because one of the things that we've always talked about is going out and seeing the fans and shaking hands, grip and grin. What was that? Shaking babies or hugging hands or throwing babies, whatever it's called. Does Steve Slayton qualify for the Haircut of Heroes? Oh, Roy! Hey, how'd you know I was going to talk about that next? Damn! You must have been reading my Twitter feed. Okay, so I digress. So, Steve, Mike, you guys, you know the deal. And also Chop Customs, they're in the chat as well. Again, looking forward to this. This is going to be a blast. I will be hyping this up every day or every podcast that I'm on. So more likely Thursday on Sergeant's Time, you'll get another reminder about this event. Haircuts for Heroes. Now, what Rob is, if you can go to Houston base. Hey, what's up, Gerald? Hey, that's the event organizer right there. There he is right there. The event organizer, Gerald. Whoop, whoop. Man, dude, I'm honored. Oh, I'm really humbled, guys. I really am. Hang on, let me fan myself with my AER bumper sticker. Oh, clamped. Oh, you guys, love you guys, man. I'm down in my heart, man. This is for a good cause, man. Honor Flight, they do a lot of great things for our old timers, and I'm just looking forward to hanging out. So, you guys are awesome. So again. Every podcast from now until the event on Thursday, 4th of July, you'll be seeing some Haircuts for Heroes. You'll also be seeing some shares from the page starting pretty soon as well. So look for this week for any Haircuts for Heroes sharing. So it's about ready to get a little bit bigger now because obviously you guys know us. A week or so before the event, any event we go to. Houston, yes. There are some Houston-based conventions, and me and Spanky are already talking about an event. I guess somebody's inviting us for a speaking event or an LPD at Fort Hood around the Austin area. Oh, I'm sorry, Fort Cavazos, to discuss, to shoot the breeze with the Joes. I don't know quite sure what the venue is, but yes, there's also some events that we have been invited to as well in Houston. God, man, the last time we went to San Antonio, my bags are smoked. It was hot. It was Texas. I mean, come on, it's Texas. It's hot. So with that, again, shout out to the boys. Gerald, Mike, Steve, Cuts, Chop Customs, I should say. Cuts. Why do I say Cuts? Oh, because we're getting a haircut. Anyways, so Julian Assange has been free. Haircuts for Heroes has been hyped up. And now let's talk about Stolen Valor. Stolen Valor. I mean, day zero since Steve Slayton and Congressman Troy Niels have continued to face the funk. Now, what's funny about this is that we had a I was blocked by a senator, an Arizona senator. Yours truly, also Stolen Valor, also other individuals. Jack Dono, you guys remember he was the guest from Sergeant's Time last week. We talked about Steve Slayton. we got told that there's like a bunch of, oh shit, you better be careful. This guy's a fake. These guys are fake. Blah blah blah. Steve Slayton is still doubling down on us. I'm a combat veteran for Vietnam, even though we got the streets, we got the receipts. As a matter of fact, I'm just surprised that the Republican Party is still going through this stuff. That they're still like hyping these guys up. Now, of course, the veteran community has been very out loud about this. They have been saying, "Hey, this is fucking wrong, dude." Steve Slanton, and we talked about this before. He's been posting. He's been posting some very defiant, some very mean, and I'm a Vietnam veteran, and you can't do this to me, and blah 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 blah. And you guys don't know what you're talking about. Well, the veteran community in Arizona, and also other individuals within the GOP area and that constituency, they're dropping They're dropping the leaflets. Look at that. This is. Again, I gotta break out this time I gotta break out the socks. I don't know why I have my AER socks and my bumper sticker up here still. Oh, let me get. Oh Lordy, it's getting hot in here. So right now, everybody is aware around that area in Arizona, and they're like saying, "Hey, don't vote for Slanton." Slanton. I know people mess up my name, Ramos, but still, Slanton. Do not vote for Slanton. I'm reading right here. I'm not saying don't vote for him, but I'm just saying, look, guys, if somebody's coming out the net and they're saying they're a veteran and they have a DD-214 that has been analyzed and they say, yeah, maybe you shouldn't be running, dude, because this is not right. And the local VFW that you say you're the commander of says, well, your shit lasts. Your shit's done. You didn't have any. Yeah, you had a member. You were a member, but you expired. And you never held any office. It's getting shady. And I don't understand why the Arizona GOP is protecting this guy. I really don't. This guy here. Thanks, man. Thanks, John. This guy here. I mean, dude, we got him dead to rights. This guy is legit stolen freaking valor. And then it's not an attack on. We're revealing the truth. Stolen valor is now, they got community noted. Now, if you guys follow me on Twitter, on the X app, at the IO guy, the little ghost arm, you see that little painting back there? It's a little emblem like that. You'll notice that it's, we've been doing has been highlighting the great work that Stolen Valor, and we're talking about Steve Slanton now. Congressman Niels has been Stolen Valor, of course, and Jim Laporta, and so the group of veterans, journalists, and guys like us, podcasters, broadcasters. We talked about that. Dude got his freaking shit to the local Navajo County losers. That's what he's, dude. What, really? Somebody said in one of the comments to Stolen Valor that in an interview about a year ago, he said he was a Kosovo era vet. Bro, what is going on? And then Wendy Rogers, Arizona GOP. She's basically calling all the... I'm going to say, if my senator was calling me a bunch of losers for calling out a candidate that you're endorsing, and you call me that shit, that's one way to get me to the other side, or not vote for you. Vote for your opponent. That right there will just vote for your opponent. And then when that happens, I don't know why. No, dude, I would even, out of spite, vote for the other party. I'm surprised people just don't realize the second and third order effects of this shit. Oh, shit, she didn't block U.S. Army WT bombs or Reputation Radio. Oh, there you go. Here she is. I thought she did. There you go. Do you think I should go ahead and just drop that on the TL? You think, don't Desert Scrub AARP is not the VFW. Yeah, exactly that, David. Oh, surprise. See, look, she's a little shit talker, man. He's deleting stuff. Let's go see. Let's look through her TL. Because she's blocked me. Could you believe that? Blocking me? Huh. What have I done? Let's see. Let's see. Let's look at that here. Let's see. All she's doing is shit talking, shit posting. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, she's crying about Ukraine. She's got Steve Bannon on there. What do you hear? What do you say? What's going on, Sports Bar? this stuff here. American Ranchers, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Yeah, we got you. For some of you guys that if I'm scrolling too fast for you, then here's Trump's signing some sneakers. I'm looking for the comment where she is attacking everybody. Let's see, she's probably gonna. As soon as she sees that or people are gonna send, oh my God, those WTF Nation Radio, they're forwarding some stuff here, and that might be. I think it's probably a few days back, maybe a few days further back. Yeah, right after I did Sergeant's Time with Jack Donna. Look at that. Look, whatever, dude. Why are you using freaking AI for shit like that? Come on, man. Come on. Why would you post some shit like that? God, man. AI crap. You use AI for memes and stuff. There she is. She's jumping on the bandwagon, dragging on Fox. Oh, okay, here we go. Bam. Here's what she says this. Oh, look, there's my comment. Ooh, there's it right there. So there you go. See, this is last week's show. So here it is. Two Intel wannabe feds, Seth Keshel and Jack Dona, who wear their military rank for cash and do not use DOD disclaimers here in Arizona to help the deep state. Why are we talking about helping the deep state? What do you mean? To help the deep state stop America First conservatives like me, Steve Slanton, and Carrie Lake. Oh, we got some about that too, about Carrie Lake. If you see them, call them out and stay away. And there's me. Nah, it's calling out Steve Slanton. This guy right here. Pew, pew. God, how did he get 401 follows already? He wasn't that. I think people are just like curiosity following. For being a fraud, funny his interview with Castle from the radio station you have influence over. Again, but you can hear it, as well as millions of others, in about an hour from us. And she blocked me. Look at that. Yeah, see, she blocked us. Yeah. Look at that. And that's where you guys remember the conversation that I had. This right here where we discussed all the, here, I think we can, yeah, there he is right there. There's just me rattling along with Jack Dona, shooting shit. And look at that. They're all about that stuff. People are asking why they're turning against each other and all this. Let me see what other. There we go. There's still unveiled my man Anthony Anderson. Whoop whoop. Dropping receipts. She's mad at Seth, Dona, and I for calling Steve Slanton for faking his military records. Oh, don't think I don't see you, Congressman Niels. PX soldiers, stand down. Stand down, PX. Yeah, don't think we didn't talk. Don't think we're not talking about you, Congressman. We got an article. As a matter of fact, I almost feel like just doing it how I'm doing Haircut for Heroes. I'm just gonna start blasting we should just blast on every article. You know how the main page blasted out against all the crybabies about beards, and the next thing you know, they posted beards on the hour. We should do the same for Steve Slanton and Congressman Troy Niels, the guy he's the guy that wears the combat infantryman's badge on his fucking lapel. Everybody knows he doesn't get it. He's a civil affairs guy, and he got a cab. Which you got a cab. Wear your shit with pride. There's no need to fake the funk. Let's go ahead and look at Pion. There we go. Look, I'm just gonna scroll. All I did was just type in Troy Niels. Receipts to be had. Yes, exactly. Receipts to be had. Look at that. Okay, I'll be transparent. There, Troy Niels. Pew, pew. There we go. I just typed that in. Troy Niels. And he's talking about all this other stuff. He's still crying out. Nothing said about his badge, right? And somebody said, hey, look, he's still talking, he's still bringing up good points. You know, you can bring up all the good points you want. But if you're wearing something you're not authorized to wear, then nobody's not going to listen to your point. No one's going to care about your points at that point. No pun intended with the point. Does that make sense with the points? So, let's go back to where I was talking about. Troy Niels. Look at that. Window cap love. Let me just move this myself around here. There we go. Get myself out of the way. My bad, guys. Getting all excited about these haircuts. There you go. So Troy Niels told John Stewart to ask the Army about his combat infantryman badge. So John did, and the Army confirms. Troy Niels is ineligible for the combat badge he proudly wears. Okay, no big deal. Oh, here we go. Shit. New York Post. We got a bunch of other individuals on the X sphere that are posting the same stuff. For all that stuff. Dude. Did he, Troy Niels is a piece of shit. No wonder he wears a traitor. When he supports a traitor, yeah, we'll talk about whatever with that. But people, I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're trying to present yourself as a rule of law type of party, then maybe you shouldn't be wearing unauthorized badges. See, Huffington Posts. Look at that. He's on there. Washington Examiner. The Hill. Greg Todd. And all these accounts here that everybody, to include like major news organizations talking about that stuff. Now, it really does not move. It does not move any political needle back and forth when it comes to, I will say this, the veteran community on Steve Slanton and Troy Niels, it's been bipartisan. That's where you're seeing liberal veterans and conservative veterans and libertarian veterans, Christian veterans, fucking atheist veterans, all come together in unity and harmony to call these guys out. I guess it's kind of funny. Yahoo busted them out. Yeah, all you're doing is feeding your opponents on the opposite party exactly what. And then look at this. And he wore that. Look at that. Look, dude, look at, bro, man. Again, from Notice, this is as of 2 hours ago. This is confirmed that Troy Niels is ineligible for a combat badge he proudly wears. Oh, man. So, again, I want somebody to ask him, like, you know how he's up there asking him for some questions like that? And then you know, when he has these run-ins on the streets, somebody should ask him, hey, bro, why are you wearing that fucking combat infantryman's badge that you didn't earn because you're a civil affairs guy? Because everyone's like throw retired rank around and stuff like that. I'm just providing you an on-the-spot correction. That's all I'm doing. So that everyone's dogpiling on this guy. So if it's not Steve Slayton, am I saying it right? It's Troy Niels. So it's freaking frustrating. How could you look veterans in the eyes and say that you support veterans and the troops need to be supported when you're blatantly wearing that stuff? Ice, can I start wearing the expert action badge on air even though I never was awarded one? Shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. I got clone trooper helmets right there behind me. I didn't qualify from stormtrooper school, so do I get to have that on my thing right there? I also have an X-wing fighter pilot helmet back there. Do I qualify to have that? And they get all they deserve. They get all the drama that they deserve. And like I said, the Arizona GOP with Steve Slanton and and the GOP in Congress, y'all need to fucking check yourself, because all you're doing is providing you're delegitimizing. See, there goes my fucking English is my second. The English is my second language, so you're delegitimizing your platform. So no, sports bar coach, I see you in there. What do you hear? What do you say? Can I wear that sports badge every day? Yeah, think about that. Sports bar. What if I showed up wearing a PT badge or a German sports badge, unauthorized? What would you do? I know what you would do. Go nuts. Are you going to post any Hawk Tuah memes? Okay. If I qualify on any weapon system, then I'm eligible to be a stormtrooper. Well, everybody knows. Oh my God! Somebody said, "Am I going to post any Tuah memes?" Okay, there we go. A friend of mine just tagged me in this and sent me this. So there you go. There, the acolyte, Master Tuah. Oh, this is another one too. Who's from the MCU? Let me adjust the screen here for you. The MCU universe. There you go. Bam. There you go. Hakuto. Oh Lord. Hey, what's up, Stolen Valors in the chats? We're talking right now, and yep, there we go. Now, what makes me mad is that people are like, they're really getting offended by us talking about it, and you're like, dude, why would you get offended? You're not. The Army reconfirmed to us this week. Nels is ineligible for a CIB, and his revocation stands. Alex says, imagine the cool firefight stories he's telling from when his squad got the most kills on COD. I would look nice wearing an Air Cav hat. Well, I got a sombrero back there, and I think I do got a I got a cowboy hat, but it's not a Stetson. You know what I mean? It's not. Yeah. So at any rate, let's see. Yep, there we go. This is confirmed again. So this is from Stolen Valor. Again, me and Stolen Valor is Anthony Anderson is gonna come on. We shot the shit today for a good minute and talked about a lot of stuff. And so he's going to, we're looking at some schedules to have him back. He hasn't been on WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio in years. So it's kind of cool to see him back on the net. Yeah, there you go. So there he is right there. He's wearing that shit. Look at that. Ugh. I don't know what's worse. Well, actually, they're both bad. But at any rate, all right. I think I gotta see if gotta get my guests ready. So with that, I'm gonna take a break. All you guys, take a break and smoke them if you got them. Make sure you guys, smoke them if you got them. Shoot the shit. Take a leak. Go grab some McNuggets. Because this is going to be a good show. I'm looking forward to Marshall coming on. Me and him, shot the shit for a little bit and all that stuff. And it's going to provide a little bit more unique discussion to the veteran, I guess you say the veteran outlook. And so I'm looking forward to it. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and, let you guys enjoy your break. And I'll be right back. So shots.
If that's really a thing and... I get authorized to do it once, it's pretty much gonna be me sitting there talking shit, like constantly.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue. they just push it to more of your followers.
All you techies and TV addicts, don't mean to this, don't mean to bring static. All you Klingons in your grandma's house, grab your backstreet friend and get loud, blowing doors off inches, grab you with the pinches. And no, I didn't retire, I'll snatch you off with the needle nose pliers.
With the hero you never seen before, gliding in the glaze like gold in the foot. Like a person with the face so not goofy like Terrin, I hate so. I'm a hip-hop, making it nice with practice me running that you know. Oh. Remain calm, no belong, cause my ball ain't fast, so what's up with that? I got friends and family that I respect. When I think I'm too good, they put me in check. Don't believe when I say I'm no better than you, except when I rap, so I guess it ain't true like that, Joel, and you just don't stop. Guaranteed to make your body rock.
Check it out. What's it all about? Work it out, let's turn this party out. Check it out. What's it all about? Work it out, let's turn this party out.
Say, Doc, what's the condition? I'm a man that's on a mission. Said, son, you better listen. Stuck in your is an electrician. Like a scientist. When I'm applying this method of controlling my mind like eyeliner rap the Duke of Blood. Now, hey, nigga, but now what the deal? I didn't know you go for that mass appeal. So I'm calling to Lucci. Some of my potato. I stole your mic, but you won't see it later. Cause I work magic like a magician. I add up the mathematician of the bank cashier. Engineer, I wear
Don't money, don't jump yourself. Put that back on the shelf. Blazing, yeah, I phase in. My crew's amazing. We're working on the record, y'all, so just stay patient. Check it out. What's it all about? We're working out. Let's turn this party out. Check it out. What's it all about? We're working out. Let's turn this party out.
the king and rock. I don't wear a cup nor a job. I bring the that's beyond bizarre, like Miss Piggy. I am the one with the clientele. You say at rock, you rock so well. I got class like pink champagne, let's see.
What is this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
And we're back. Shooting the breeze. Sorry about that hot mic. You know, it's been a minute digging around, and you know, Marshall's in here in the green room just laughing me up. So I gotta tell him, like, calm down, bro. We got a show to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Marshall Terrin. What's going on, big man?
How's it going? Good, man. I'm doing great.
I appreciate you coming on. I'm just, like I said, told the audience earlier before you came on that we you have a different outlook to I guess you would say empowering the veteran community and veteran entrepreneurs. And so tell us about yourself.
Yeah, I'll jump right in. I was born and raised in Las Vegas. Dropped out of high school, joined the Marine Corps at 17. Did a short UDP to Okinawa, got back, and found myself in Ramadi, Iraq in 2007. Then decided as soon as I came back, I worked my way to get out, and then got out in 2008 of active duty, did a year of the reserves, and quickly found myself finding that more of the entrepreneurship route post-service was for me. Had my daughter actually right after I got out, became a young father, and worked my way through a lot of personal growth, a lot of challenges in business to where, what I have today, which is a few different businesses that do pretty well. And I could say that I'm very blessed. So
now you came in, to how do I say this? You came into the entrepreneur, I guess you would say, circuit or world with a different outlook. Can you tell us about? I mean, you and I were talking about the your post-service experience and PTSD and all this other stuff. And you'd said something about stickers, and you said something about, and I was breaking balls with you about where's your grunt style shirt. So can you tell us about that little tidbit about you?
Yeah, absolutely. So, and around 2012, I was at a trade show, at a convention, and I had a customer that came to my booth. He purchased a product from one of my salespeople. He ended up asking where I was. He wanted to know where the owner was. My employee called me, said, "Hey, there's someone here to meet you." I had no idea who it was.
Right.
And it was just this towering, older Vietnam era veteran, he was a former Green Beret, actually. And he was former Special Forces, and he just made it a point to really get to know me. Like, he really was fascinated. And when he was fascinated when he found out that I was a veteran. And one of the things he quickly asked me was, did I go to the VA yet? And I said, no, I didn't really go yet. And he said, why? And he said, well, when I got back from Iraq, I went, and I walked into a waiting room filled with with Korea era and World War II era guys, as coming back from Vietnam.
Right.
And that was what he came back to. And for me, I was coming back into more his generation of Vietnam, right? So when I explained that, he kind of grabbed me by my shoulder with his big hands, and he said, yeah, how do you think I felt when those World War II guys in my waiting room when I came back from Vietnam? And it kind of set me back for a second and put things in perspective to where I eventually did go to the VA. I ended up pursuing, the claim process, right, or getting evaluated. And when I finally did that, I found myself in a meeting for the PTSD diagnosis, which the VA had outsourced to a civilian practitioner. And by the end of the questions, he actually opened it up for me. He said, "Do you have any questions for me?" And I said, "Well, course I have two. Number one, do I have it? And he said, absolutely you do. And it was kind of one of those like those moments because you spend so much time in service, kind of making jokes, laughing like, oh yeah, I'm having problems adjusting. Ha ha ha. Let's make a joke about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm drinking a lot, and
let me jump off this roof. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
I know, because
Exactly.
veteran humor can be pretty freaking dark, and so
Yeah, exactly.
you make a comment. Oh, I just feel like driving my car through a wall, bro. Shit, I got this tent stake. What the hell?
So yeah, so when you have a licensed professional across from you say, yeah, you have it, became very sobering for me.
Right.
And then I said, okay, question 2 is how do I get better? And he kind of took a big breath and sat back and like contemplated even telling me because it wasn't his job. His job was just to diagnose me. And he responded with, well, let me ask you some questions here. Let me guess. Do you still have green shirts in your drawers? And I said, yeah. I said, do you still have boots in your closet? Like, I think they're tucked away in the corner, probably covered and stuff, but they're still there. Is your uniform still hanging in your closet? I was like, yeah, far, far in the back. He said, well, also, do you have stickers on your car? I said, well, shit, yeah, I got a Iraq War veteran sticker on my car. And he goes, all of that is your subconscious not letting go to that experience. And I said, well, what do you mean? He said, well, you have to understand that you're not in the military anymore. You're now a business owner, you're a husband, you're a father. That's who you are. That's your identity right now. Everything in the past of all the sacrifices that were made, all of that experience, that's not who you are. You can appreciate that and have those memories,
right?
But that's not part of your identity anymore. It's not who you are. You don't live that life anymore. And he even took it a step further and said, his exact words were, my heart breaks even for some of the older guys that wear the veteran hats, because you can see it in their eyes that they're still holding on to that experience. And the problem is that when you are psychologically, when you are holding on to that experience and that there's traumatic experiences from your military service, you can never fully heal as long as you're associating your identity with that experience.
Right.
And it was really, really eye-opening for me. And what he recommended is that I go on a full cleanse. And I did that. I walked out of that office. I immediately took a credit card and scraped off the sticker on my car. Took all of anything visible in my home that was military related, I put away in the attic. Unfollowed every social media page for at least 6 months before I refollowed them, and went on a full cleanse. And I can proudly say that I never really needed treatment. That was enough. Like that in but itself helped me tremendously. And since then, I've taken it a step further in terms of personal development, where I almost view life as like a video game character that you can level up and you can have different attributes. And your military service is just one attribute of your
right.
character.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And it's something that is not really spoke about in the veteran community in general, because let's be honest, as a veteran, you get respect, you get status, especially depending on what part of the country you're in. You're going to get a lot of respect or a lot of status depending on where you're at. So it's kind of hard or counterintuitive to want to let go of some of that identity when you're actually getting praise and respect for it. But at the end of the day, I think will help a lot of veterans that might be having a hard time, coping with their individual journey of the transition.
Did it all? Did you have anybody with you? Like, did you have a friend or something like that was going through the same stuff, and did they kind of have a similar travel like you, or is it just to you?
No, so in my own journey, to answer your question specifically, I did not have any veteran. I was living in Raleigh, North Carolina at the time. I had moved from Las Vegas to Raleigh, North Carolina when I went and had that diagnosis, and I was just really knee deep in my business.
Gotcha.
And I was growing my business there. And what I did eventually get into was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is very popular with the military, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But what I even found in that is that I love that hobby. I still train today, but even then, you get a lot of the camaraderie of the military in that sport. But in a way, if a veteran isn't careful, they can almost have that become part of their identity as well. So they're just
Yep.
they're not really finding their true identity. They're just kind of piggybacking into another archetype or another type of identity.
They're wearing tap out T-shirts as opposed to grunt style. Okay, I'm just breaking balls, Tim, because I know me and Tim Jensen from grunt style are friends, so I'm just breaking balls. So I know our friend Janae, we're talking about getting you in a grunt style shirt, and you said hell no. But no offense to Tim, we're just breaking balls. But
I mean, okay, let me correct that. I would if it was the right messaging. I'm just,
Okay, cool.
I'm not a big believer in the grunt style shirts that make you look like a cold blooded killer.
Yeah.
When you're obviously not anymore. Like if you haven't been in a fist fight in years or done any combative in years, like it's just not you anymore.
Yeah.
That's just not. That's my personal preference.
That's why I wear Star Wars shirts, man, because I'm a nerd and people can appreciate nerdism. You know what I mean? That's a common trait. That's oh my god, that's an identity thing. That's like freaking other nerds can relate to. You know what I mean? So, but did it? I think I should have rephrased that because sometimes when you have like a friend, when I have a friend, when I have some issues, or like I said, I recently had a death in the family, and I had a friend with me that walked me the whole way. Like he was there to make sure that I was walking through this and making sure I was good to go, making sure I was okay, and all that. Keeping my mind out of that. I was just curious if you had somebody else that was with you while you're doing that, or was it just by yourself?
It was raw dog in life, man.
Yeah.
It was back then the social media was very new. There wasn't coaching groups. There wasn't like even in the business world, there wasn't online gurus. There isn't influencers really. Right. It was just books. Right. Just went to the bookstore and bought books. Yeah.
So what was like? I guess you'd say what was the ping? What was the LED light in your head that went off and said, "I think I'm going to be a businessman"? What kicked it off for you?
Ironically, even though I was a Marine, I have always had a problem with authority.
Damn, I should have made a crayon joke, but go ahead.
Yeah. I always had a problem with authority, and I used to always, I would always think of myself as a good Marine. I mean, I picked up E5 within 4 years. I'm very proud of that. And I think I was able to do that because I just didn't want someone micromanaging me. So like my problem with authority was so great that I excelled as a Marine just because I didn't want someone writing me.
Right. Exactly.
So, but that was really it. I mean, I've always had that even in high school. It's not that, I wasn't like a C student. I got into a lot of trouble in high school. It's not that I wasn't smart, it's just that I wasn't disciplined. Right. And a lot of those traits kind of go into being a business owner, which I mean, I kind of want to segue into the concept of veterans as entrepreneurship.
Yeah. Go for it. Yeah. Cause I already dropped your, Repreneur vet. God, see, my English is my second language. Your veteran. Yeah. So now you're fucking me up. God damn it.
Yeah. Vetpreneur Tribe. Yes.
Vetpreneur Tribe. Yes. I dropped it in the comments already, guys. I'll drop that again. I wanted to get into that. That was going to be my segue too. Is that that's the reason why I asked what was the ping? What was it that drove it to you? And I understand that, like I said, I'm the same way. If I'm pissed off about something, I want to make change, then I will work my way to make that change and see what I could do to improve a process or improve, like you said, whatever. Yep. So tell us about your tribe, the Vetpreneur Tribe. God, I'm fucking this up again.
No, of course. I mean, so the Vetpreneur Tribe is a online community of about 16,000 military veteran entrepreneurs, all different types of businesses. Some people haven't started their business yet.
Right.
It's been around since 2017. The group ownership has changed hands a few times. And I've been really, for the past 2 years since I've took it over, I've been more focusing on the mastermind side. And I'm just about to launch an upgraded version of it on the platform called School, which is going to have a lot of resources and a lot of from my lessons learned and even financial losses that came from learning lessons through my journey. And why I think veterans make good entrepreneurs is that, especially in the startup phase, there's a lot of small unit leadership skills that apply that a lot of civilians don't really have, especially if you've made the ranks of like E4, E5, depending on your branch of service.
Right.
In the Marine Corps, they really shoved that down our throat, and it was a blessing for me because it really applied in the startup phase when I only had 3, 4, 5, 10 employees, right? And then past that, then you start getting into different, scalability issues in a business, which is a whole nother conversation. But the point is that at least starting out, a lot of the concepts are going to be very similar that you learned in the military.
Now, is it the group. I just dropped the group in the Facebook chats, by the way, guys, and in the YouTube chats. Is that just basically it's a collaborative effort just to have mentors in there? Is there a mentorship program that you have in there as well?
Yeah, there is a mentorship program that's separate called the Warrior Council, which is on the vetpreneurtribe.com website. That is completely separate, where we kind of cover all aspects of life. We really focus on, making money, strong relationships, either with romantic relationships with our children, and then our mental and physical health. And we even go into networking to even fashion. I mean, there's a lot of different aspects that we cover on the Warrior Council side.
Oh, okay. I kind of like the fashion stuff, because you know what? That's one thing you hit it on the head earlier when we had our first conversation. We don't know how to dress when we get out. I remember you talking about vets don't know how to dress. Vets, they come out and they're wearing their, and I'm pretty sure if you meet a vet, you can already tell just by who they are or what they're wearing, by what they're wearing. You guys see a guy showing up with a ball cap with some Oakley's, 5'11" shirt and a freaking, 5'11" pants and an Under Armour shirt. Next thing you're like, oh, okay, this guy was probably soft. This guy was probably some sort of Combat Arms guy or something like that. Or you see somebody that dresses in, and I'll say this, and you saw this probably in the Marine Corps too, is you knew where someone came from. Like someone would wear cowboy boots and a cowboy hat and freaking jeans and a tucked in Ariat shirt, and then you're like, oh, okay. And then that guy came probably as from a rural area, or somebody who's urban, who wears the bright colors and some of the urban clothes, FUBU or something like that. I know I'm dating myself, but that's what they wore when I was growing up. When you see a barbecue, and then you see, like, from the Latino, you see a bunch of cholos showing up and the same thing. How do we get away from that? What I mean, because you have guys that come in the military and they go through their whole career, and then they come back out, and then it's like it's like they unzipped the suitcase from basic training, opened it back up, and put it on, but they're in their 40s. And how do you, I guess you'd say, how do you calmly tell somebody, bro, you need to update your gear, man? What's the secret to that sauce?
Oh, telling him? I mean, if you're in my mastermind, I'm pretty direct.
Okay.
But at least I give reasons why.
Right,
and it's funny you say that, because I was the same way. When I first got out, I was cargo shorts, flip flops, and like an Under Armour t-shirt, right? Like Oakley's. That was my look for years. But I mean, I've been there.
Sorry, I didn't mean to strike a nerve. Sorry.
I'm not saying that there's not a setting for that outfit, but I mean,
right.
7 days a week, all the time.
Yeah.
Going to something somewhat professional, or anyways. But it's for me, I think what's hard, the hard truth about life sometimes, is that sometimes it takes a traumatic event to really push yourself into change. Because you either go through a downward spiral or you go through an upward spiral, and really the decision is yours. And for me, it was when I was married 17 years. I was typically that guy that was, I got married at 18, boot camp marriage, made it last. Very proud of how long I was able to make it last. And unfortunately, we just grew apart. And for my divorce process was my second catalyst towards even further introspection. And I had a conversation and ended up doing a class with a stand-up comedian. And he was really coaching and helping getting through my fear of public speaking. Like me 5 years ago would never even do this. I was terrified.
Wow.
Block on camera. Absolutely.
Really? Wow.
I was really big in believing like the silent professional archetype, like just, be quiet, go to work, let your accomplishments speak for themselves. And when I was going through this with him, I learned so much about how the importance of duality and how that makes an interesting person. Is that you can, for example, the veteran archetype, you typically have hyper masculine traits. Most of us we can shoot guns. We've done some kind of combative trainings. A lot of us still do martial arts or jujitsu, things like that, post-service. But then if you can have the dual side to that and actually get in touch with the arts, you can learn how to play a music instrument. If you at least can appreciate the arts. Like I take my daughter, she's a teenager. I'll fly her and we'll go to Broadway shows in New York City. And I genuinely enjoy them. more than the movie theater, honestly, because it's the energy of the performance is incredible.
Right. Yeah, you could feel it. You feel it more in theater. I know exactly what you're saying because
Yeah.
I've been around actors when they've done that, and you feel the presence, you feel it, and you're like, wow.
Exactly. And to go even further, you can even take like dance lessons. You know, what's more duality and will give a lot more respect than, you know, being kind of that big burly veteran archetype and you can tear it up on the dance floor.
Right.
Like tango
Exactly.
lessons or,
Yeah. Do a
Yeah.
merengue or something like that. And next thing you know, you see somebody dancing like that. Oh, I'm sorry, I got 2 left feet. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you might,
Yeah.
I might need a few retraining, but.
And which is interesting on that topic is that there's actually I came across someone who's an acquaintance that was a former Australian spy in the espionage world, and he was telling me that the army, the army veterans that pursued that career were stereotypically really good at all of the combative side of being a spy, but they were just terrible when it came to the deep cover situations,
Right.
where they need to really collect intel, mostly like in like social settings and things like that. So even their program would force their youth agents to go and do things like salsa lessons and musical classical training to get them back in touch with the arts and more of humanity, because it kind of desensitized us in our experience from the military.
Oh no, you're right, because I'm not saying I'm a divorce enthusiast, but in my time of going through some of the process, I could have learned some lessons by not being so callous sometimes, or there could have been something that could have been a lot of not just me, but a lot of veterans as well. When they're going through some relationship issues and they say some things that they should not have said, and then you look back and go, oh, dude, man. As you get, you brought up a good point. The further you go away from the veteran experience, you start looking at your humanity in itself, and I'm sitting there singing, songs with my daughters, or I'm watching my son playing the harmonica, and he's happy. How do you get over? And I'm just about ready to say, Mike just dropped a comment in there. He's not sociable. How do you break through that? How do you help the veteran break through that?
It's if it's a simple answer, I would say it. It would really depend on a lot of the veterans' experience. I could tell you that my personal favorite that really, because like when I worked with a stand-up comedian I spoke about, I became addicted when I started to see progress. It became very liberating. So I actually signed up for my local comedy club, and I joined their improv class. And the final of the class was a live performance. The whole class had to do a live performance from a ticketed audience, and that was terrifying.
Oh yeah,
absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, I bet.
I loved it because it really opened my mind, because I do, I like politically, I'm more traditional with most veterans' views politically, especially when it comes to national defense. I'm definitely a certain type of that kind of archetype of a veteran. But you had me in this improv class where every male in my improv class was gay. Every female was very like, they were either actresses doing commercials, or they used to be theater kids in high school, and they're kind of getting back into it because they enjoy it.
Right.
So I stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
But because of the duality concept I just explained, that's what made me funny, because I would be stuck doing improv roles, doing archetype of characters that didn't fit how I look. And it was hilarious.
I'm just picturing you like Drax on
right.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Nothing goes over my head,
It was actually one of the coolest experience for one reason alone, is that my improv class, I made friends with people that I would have never made friends with. And you learn that because a lot of them are very, have completely different political views. Probably if they didn't know me, probably wouldn't like me, and vice versa. But that combined experience of improv, regardless of our views, made us have a lot of respect for each other and like each other. We still keep in contact to these days, to this day.
Right.
And at the end of it, we all had drinks after the live performance, and one of them came over to me, and he was like, his exact words was like, "Hey, I just want to let you know that we could tell at times you didn't fit in, but we know that you're doing this for the right reasons, and we absolutely all adore you." Which meant a lot coming from that from that community.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly,
And,
exactly. Because when you get when you get props like that, you're right. It kind of gasses you up, and it does become a little addicting. You're like breaking out of your you're like Superman starting to come out of your suit. Your Clark Kent coming out of your suit, and now your cape's unfurling, and someone says, "Yeah, you almost flew into that building, but hell yeah, we love you." You know,
dude, man, just one thing, man. It was so funny that at the end, or right before going on stage, I remember like wanting to throw up like 5 minutes before going on stage. I was just terrified. And my instructor looks over and he's like, "Marshall, you're going to be okay." And I said, "Honestly, I would rather go back to Iraq than go on stage right now." And all of a sudden I look around and everyone starts laughing. Because all of the rest of the class is just chill. They've done this before. Like, yeah, whatever.
Right.
They just start laughing. And then one of the guys looks at me and is like, "See, you just made it for the first joke of the night. You'll do great." I'm like, that wasn't supposed to be funny.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hey, you're not supposed to laugh at my expense, guys. I'm really struggling here. So who, if you don't mind, do you mind telling us who the stand-up comedian was that was that was kind of like your mentor?
Yeah, his name is Peter. Forget his last name. 1 second. Don't want to mess him up. Actually, he's gonna kill me.
Sorry, God damn it! I even said no gotcha games here, man.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. I don't want to mess up his.
There you got some pictures of you hanging out doing stuff. So you got your comedy.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys in the chats feel free to ask questions too, because
Oh, please! If anybody has any questions, let them loose.
Yeah, let them loose. This is pretty cool. They didn't realize you were serious. That's what Mike says in the chats. Was he serious or not?
I'm sorry. It's Parker Dean.
Parker Dean. Okay.
Yeah, the Parker Dean on Instagram. He actually does classes, like online classes, Zoom classes to start, and it's a good starting point. And then getting to your local comedy club, I highly recommend it.
Now, I was about to say, did it feel liberating once you gave off your first, like once you broke the seal? Did it feel did you feel like you were actually okay? I could do this. I mean, that was
it was an intense anxiety until the crowd laughed for the first time, and then I literally just felt it melt away. It was honestly one of the most out-of-body experiences I'll probably always remember. Was that feeling?
Like you're hanging out in the smoke pit. You ever hang out in the smoke pit shooting shit and you make a joke and then you're just on a roll, right? You're hanging out with your buddies and you're smoking and you're like, "Yeah, man, and I told her to do this shit. Yeah. Then she hit me across the face," and then all your bros start laughing, and then I couldn't imagine. Was it how did the audience receive you though? How was it that did they know who you were? Did they know what you were?
No, yeah, nobody knew who. Actually, a lot of the audience knew who a lot of the audience were, because they were, like, for example, a lot of them did commercials, and then that was extra training for them in their acting careers. Like, I can go to I live in Orlando, and I was at Universal Studios a couple months ago, and I saw one of my classmates on their marketing, like on their posters, and one of the, so it's, I was literally the only one with zero classical training whatsoever.
Wow.
So nobody really knew me at all, and then I'm like way bigger than all of them. And there's a photo on my Instagram. I think it's like one of the actresses. She's like Filipina, like weighs 100 pounds, standing next to me. Like I'm trying to stay in character and keep it together, and I obviously can't. And we both.
I think I got the window cap of that one too.
Yeah.
I think it's right here. Hang on, you'll be able to see it too. I think this one right here.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So, really, the moral of the story is that when you leave service, you don't just take your ruck off and call it a day and say, "Oh, I did my time. I'm just going to chill." Mm-hmm. The work never ends. Like, you still have to do the work to become the civilian that you want to be, or the member of society that you want to be. And you're going to have to do work to integrate back in and have a fruitful life after. Mm-hmm. If you isolate yourself, which is the biggest thing you should not do. And I know it's hard and easier to say than do sometimes, but isolating yourself is the number one thing you cannot do when you leave service. I mean, it is the highest form of torture in the prison system, is solitary confinement, for a reason.
Right.
So by isolating yourself when you get out, you can't. And
that was about ready to ask you. Do you come across a lot of veterans that way? I mean, coming into this, they've hold themselves up, and now it's time for them to put their toe in the hot tub, and they're scared. Is it because where do you think we need to get? I mean, because I tell you what, man, I know our services to get out, as much as they try to do, we call in the Army SFL tap, and you're probably familiar with that too.
Taps, yeah.
It's okay to have, but it just I don't know. I just feel like you're thrusted out. Like you said, it's like, do you have any advice about some veterans that feel like, oh shit, I have nowhere to go? Where do I start? You know what I mean? What's my checklist? Because TAP isn't going to do it. SFL TAP is going to do as well. Specifically, if you ask a question like, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur. Okay, what do you want to do? Well, I want to get into like real estate. I want to get into, banking. Or I want to get into, sales. I want to get into this. And then the staff doesn't have that knowledge base. Where would you start? I mean, if you were to talk to a veteran about ready to retire, or hell, just not even retire, about ready to get out. He's got 8-9 years in, and he just said, screw it. What do they call it? What's that Marine called? RAS?
EAS.
EAS. Yeah, EAS. I'm sorry. And we have ETS.
Yep.
I'm sorry. RAS is a freaking retirement check. That's my thing. Sorry. I was like, wait a minute. That's a retirement check. So what do you tell them? I mean, what's the, because a lot of people say your VSOs. Yeah, Mike just like kind of grabbed it right there. The American Legions, the VFWs. I mean, I want to see, I'm not ragging on the organizations, but what would you tell them outside of that for somebody who's like, hey, shit, man, I don't know what to fucking do. What's my start? Where is my start?
If I was still in today, honestly, the fact that the internet today is what it is such a blessing. Tap into an online community of something that resonates with you. And some of them are cash grabs, but at the end of the day, you're going to learn. Even if you come out disappointed, you're going to learn, and you're going to find another community, at least starting somewhere. Get involved with some kind of online community with interests similar to yours. When I got out, I don't want to be like, oh yeah, back in my day, but Facebook was just getting started.
Yeah.
I used to go to the bookstore and I bought every single one of Robert Kiyosaki's books to learn about business. That was my, that was what I did.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was getting out today, I would be just all over the internet and communities and networking with people online and getting to where I want to be through that. And it's almost, it's almost a dichotomy in a way, because back then there wasn't a lot of information, but now today it almost is too much information.
It's almost overwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not saying, I retired in 2018, so it's not like where would you start? Well, like you said, there was already, you go to the library, look at business stuff and start from there and all that. But I think information overload now is a bad thing with us, because we have information overload, just for instance, on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, and you are inundated with so much freaking, you have, don't work that because that career field's going to go down. Oh, no, you should work this because this career is going to be better than this one. You were a former of this. You need to get some school.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a balance, I guess you'd say. To the networking groups is what. Yeah, someone says it's all networking online. Now in your group there, if I walked into that group and said, "Hey, I need some help," what would be your first questions? What would you do to kind of like an intake? What would be your first your first questions to ask? Hey, okay.
Yeah. So when someone joins, we do, at least on the mastermind side,
right.
There's a welcome message that I put out, and then I ask a handful of questions so that everybody can kind of assess where they're at, and then we do a call every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. To where it's more intimate. We really uncover a lot of things going on in each other's lives, either be business or just in life in general. We one of my earliest supporters actually just went through his grandmother. Or his aunt passed away, and he had to leave and juggle his business and traveling out of state to deal with the estate. And then also his grandmother, who, is not doing well either, while at the same time. So, just kind of supporting him and, through things like that. And everybody has their good days and their bad days. Money comes, money goes. We can't take it to the grave with us. What matters is the relationships we build along the way.
If someone were to start a business out and they say, "Hey, I don't have any money to start with," where is that? Because that's one thing I remember in my TAP class. They were always asking, how do I start it off? What if I wanted to do something? And then, and this is just not me asking, but I would listen to the kids talking. They were almost like dumbfounded. They're like, I mean, these kids are asking how to get a real estate license or something like that, or try to work in the car business.
Yeah.
And the TAP was just like, well, okay, well, you just go ahead and hit this workshop, and then and that's it. That's all you're gonna have them do is hit a workshop. And
yeah, I joked. I used to joke about this all the time. I said, they took 3 months to make me a basically trained Marine, but they gave me 3 days to teach me how to be a civilian again.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at the Warrior Games, the Wounded Warrior Games 2 years ago, and I actually ran into a gentleman who just retired, and he was telling me that apparently it's gotten better compared to 2008. I don't know. I haven't been through it, at least on the Marine Corps side. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, if I was in charge of policy, I don't know if it makes sense, but I almost wish that military units had an exit unit the same way that there's like a receiving unit in boot camp. That way they can kind of get the bad attitudes and checkout mentality away from the operating unit, at least, and then get anyone who's going to EAS within 3 months, just get them out to a exit unit to better prepare them. And it's almost a win-win, because then you're not dealing with the short timer syndrome with the guys that are anxious to get out and borderline useless.
Right. I mean, they do that. I was about to say, because they do that for the warrior transition units for individuals who got hurt. They kind of transfer them to the WTBs, or SRUs, what they're calling now.
Yeah.
Soldier recovery unit. And they move them out to there. And I always thought the same thing. It's like, I think the unit should be rewarded. And we've talked about that before too. Me and Spanky have talked about it on Sergeant's Time. It's like, when you got somebody that's about ready to, because we have the degree programs, or we have some sort of fellowship program, and they're about ready to, 90 days, sometimes 4 or 5 months out, and they get involved in this program, like you said, a like organization, and then it actually goes credit on your books. Oh, okay. So let's just say Marshall, Sergeant Major Battalion, Sergeant Major Terrin's got all these Joes that are going to the exit unit. And now, because he's got them, now you're going to get 4 more Marines because of this. Now the priority is going to go to you. I mean, that and that sucks too, because now they just talked about the CSP program getting cut.
Really?
In the Marine Corps, yeah. And so that's why I was like, when your friend said, yeah, it's better, it was better. The same thing with the Army. And now the Army is limiting it to their specific requirements as well. But you're right. It dude, come on, man. I'm almost 30 years in the Army myself. And they're like, okay, here you go. Well, have fun. And nobody knew that I was working WTF moments at the time. So that's another thing too. So I kind of like, oh, see ya. Okay, I guess, thanks.
Well, I mean, in my opinion, the free market is a beautiful thing, and the free market, in my opinion, is going to be solving it. That's why veteran groups like mine exist. My friend David Pierre has an amazing real estate related veteran group for guys that are more real estate focused. So his group's called Military to Millionaire. If you head over there, tell him I sent you. He's a great guy. He's got a lot of resources for anyone that when it comes to house hacking and investing in real estate. I'm more business, he's more real estate, so I always try to refer people over there. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you get out and you have retirement specifically, you shouldn't have so much of a mentality where it's just yours. You need to try to use some of that to invest in yourself. When I first got out, I was one of the first to use the post 9/11 GI Bill. And to be honest with you, I only did it because I needed the BAH money. I mean, I was interested in pursuing topics in college and going to college, but for me, I just saw BAH money, and that just helped live while I can still start my business.
Right, exactly. That's most of the. You're right. It's most of the. From what I'm speaking about for young veterans or remember my soldiers when I was a first sergeant, they got out. That's exactly what it was. It's like, hey, I'm going to go to school because I'm going to use this degree, or I'm going to just for the BA8 so I can eat, just that way I can survive.
Well, and then another option too is that I'm surprised I didn't bring this up. Is that when I left, so I was in 10th Marines in Camp Lejeune. When I got out in 2008, I went back to Vegas and I re-enlisted in the reserves, and I joined 3rd Anglico out of Long Beach, California. Now they're in Bell, and I had like a $12,000 re-enlistment bonus on the reserve side that I used to start my business, the business at the time. So there's a lot of options that you could do in terms of leaving active duty and going to the reserves. And I know the reserves, I've still, I have friends in the reserves still to this day. It's a great option because you can kind of maximize your benefits in both ways, get some stability, and which is kind of weird. I got out in E5 in 2008, and I have friends that are picking up major. Like there's actually someone in my mastermind that just picked up major in the Air Force.
Oh.
So it's just almost surreal to me to get out as an E5, and then here I am, helping and creating relationships with majors. Still kind of odd sometimes.
Tell me about it, man. I talk to generals and shit. I know the feeling. People that I never ever would I ever expect to be talking to in a business sense or communication sense, because more communications based. I'll end up speaking to some senator or some congressman or somebody who's working some policy for veteran stuff, or Tim Jensen from Gunstyle will get me involved in some stuff with like the PACT Act, getting involved with stuff like that. You got some single workshops too. You got a mental health management one and the one-on-one mentorship one. How can you talk a little bit about those?
So I'd love to. So at the end of this month, when I create the school program, which is Andrew Hormosi's platform, basically it's going to be the Vetpreneur Tribe Facebook group, the Vetpreneur Tribe school community, which is only going to be $14 a month, which is honestly, it's the cost of a Chick-fil-A meal. If you can't afford $14 a month to have a ton of resources at your fingertips, it's, entrepreneurship is probably not for you.
Right.
But so I decided to move that mental health component into the school side, the school community. And then there's a whole lot of other resources, and I'm working with other veterans to expand the resources in there, from maximizing your veteran benefits for travel. So like travel hacking. I'm working with a veteran on different PR and multiple cheap and easy, not say easy, but low hanging fruit when it comes to building multiple revenue streams online, things like that. But we're going to launch it actually in about a week. So
cool.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. Awesome. There you go. Breaking news. Now and you were just talking about a Chick-fil-A meal. Shit. I think an Xbox subscription and a Netflix subscription, I think is that right there. I mean, if you could pay that, or you can pay your coffee whenever you go, because everyone, trust me, on the go, if you forget to make a pot of coffee, you just say, I'll just get some on the way, and you end up buying an $8 freaking Starbucks or a Buc-ee's, freaking $4, whatever. I don't really shop at Buc-ee's, so I don't want to give you bad information, but it's about that much. The one-on-one mentorship, are you literally walking somebody through their processes for anything, or just?
Yeah, just anything. Anyone could grab me, and I go under the hood on their business and analyze it. And if I'm not familiar on something, I've got an incredible civilian business partner that is very, very talented in a lot of things that I might not have my strengths in, and we'll team up together and figure it out.
Yeah, well, we got comments in there saying they love Chick-fil-A. Stop talking about Chick-fil-A. So I guess I'll. Hey guys, that was just an example. All right. Matter of fact, let me drop the links in there again. Let me prepare them. Drop the link there again. Oh, that's the wrong link. That's his Twitter account. I meant to point that earlier. Here is his site again.
Yeah, if anyone wants to reach out to me, I'm normally on Instagram the most. If you're on Instagram, I will get to you if you find me on Facebook, but typically mostly on Instagram. Yep.
Okay, let me grab. Okay. So he's like, do you have any online courses available? That's what I'm dropping inside the chats right now. Those are some of the training courses and stuff like that. Like I said, for the cost of a, I won't rag on Chick-fil-A. So
actually, let me do something here. I'm going to give you a link because that's not launched yet. I'm going to let everybody in for free who's listening right now.
Oh, snap. Okay.
So let me get you an updated link real quick.
Which link you sending it to?
I'm going to send you your Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
Which I'm really excited about the school community because there is actually a veteran map locator tool. So when you join, you can put in your location and you can see other veterans around you that are members of the community. So we're going to be actively encouraging in-person meetups, at least cigars, a cigar night, or if you don't smoke, any kind of group get together at least once a month.
Hell yeah. I'm all
So-
for it. Which one are you looking at? Which Facebook? Are you sending it to the Facebook one or are you sending it to
What's easier for you, Facebook, or what's easier for you to copy to?
Just go ahead and hit me on Instagram.
On Instagram? Okay, even better.
On Instagram, because you're mostly on that one, and that's our prime comms when I'm not getting yelled at by our admin team. Yeah, because everyone's like, "Oh snap!" So there you go. Everyone's liking that. Now they're hungry for freaking Which one? Yeah, send it to my personal one.
Yeah, just send it to your personal. Yeah. So basically, if you're going to join, bear with me. The courses are not completely built out yet. Some of them are there. It's a work in progress for the next week or two before we fully launch, which I'll announce in the Facebook group when we're fully launched.
Okay. Just laughing at Lily. You want some freaking Chick-fil-A? Is that what it is? Sorry, Marshall didn't come with Chick-fil-A. He might bring the cigars and the bourbon though. I don't know.
Yeah.
That might be something. I'm hungry for bourbon, or I'm Chick-fil-A and bourbon. Sorry, I'm just like all over the place right now because I'm getting frazzled by this. Look, guys. Okay, so we're doing some collaborative stuff, and me and Marshall were trying to struggle it, and it come to find out that our page is restricted to prevent us from doing stuff like that. So I'm a little frazzled. There we go. It's in the Restream IO chat, so it's going to go to the 2 Facebook pages and the two freaking YouTubes. Matter of fact, I'll even drop it on the. Let me see if I can drop this on the WTF Nation Radio. There we go. There we go. So there you go. Oops.
Perfect.
Let's see. Let's double check it. Double check it. All right. So with this now, you just said you're going to give the guys what are they getting? What are they getting with this?
Well, the skill committee, yeah. So normally it's going to be 14 a month. So anyone that is going to join in the next, I'll give it 24 hours.
Okay.
It's just going to come in free. You guys can be the test pilots on the courses that I'm uploading.
Nice.
Over the next few days, and as long as you can give me feedback, some positive, and even if it's not positive, give me some good constructive feedback. And
that's cool. Yeah, hell
yep.
yeah. Okay, so everybody, I'm gonna double tap again. It is in it's the school.com link, vetpreneur tribe, and it's also posted underneath this live podcast on X, so you can see the link there. You also have Marshall's X account. You're right. You really don't do much on the X because I can barely see you.
No, I get so many people that just push me. Why aren't you doing more on X? Why aren't you more on Facebook? Why aren't you more on X? Like,
some people have preferences, man. Some people do. I mean, I got driven to X. Someone said you should be on the same thing, and then now it's like crack. Somebody point to point will be able to talk to me. And then sometimes they'll shitpost on me, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, well then blah 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 blah." And then I got to keep up the WTF Nation vibe. What are you talking about? Now most of these programs that you see, are they VA? Will the VA take this as part of their voc rehab or something like that? Have you gotten to that far in the weeds yet?
That would be the dream.
Okay,
that would absolutely be the dream. I just from my perspective. So I mean, might be a little unpopular, but I'm very much against veterans having their special treatment syndrome. We call them vet flakes in my community, where they think that the world's entitled to giving them things for free or quote unquote helping them, which I'm all for helping veterans, but you need to be willing to help yourself. And
you're going to cause a new t-shirt craze, man.
Yeah. So, it's, the world shouldn't owe you anything because you made a decision to serve. You get respect in the veteran community, and even the civilians give you respect. I understand that, but expecting special treatment, like you are somehow either broken or somehow incapable of doing the same things that civilian has to do in terms of the initiative or the investment to do things, just kind of looks bad for the rest of the veteran community.
That's why we always intro ourselves as the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence.
I love that
because
oh my God, I love that
because we don't we want to take the positive traits of our service and apply that to society. You know what I mean? So, you know, the teamwork, the cohesion, you know, building a team, including everybody in the team that has specific talents that can help your team out. And then, like you said, the gloom and doom stuff. I'm gonna tell you what. Like you said, it might be unpopular for me to say too, as well, is that I get tired of the fucking gloom and doom. I demand my damn discount at freaking Cracker Barrel, and people become a Karen about it, and you're thinking like, bro, you just sat there, you know, you did a couple of tours in Iraq or Afghanistan leading a fucking platoon, and now you're crying about a 10% discount. I mean, and you're right, it gets us a little entitled sometimes.
Well, the truth is that when I consider myself a functioning member of society. Like, I've done a lot of work on myself to get where I'm at. And anytime a civilian sees a dysfunctional veteran sticker on a truck or whatever, or comes across someone in that kind of a t-shirt, and then they meet me for the first time and then hear that oh my God, I went to Iraq. Oh my God, I must be damaged, or, oh my God. And they feel like they have to tiptoe around me or be cautious. It drives me crazy because I'm a human being. I'm not that bumper sticker that you saw, and that's not what defines me.
Right.
Like, you know, but civilians are going to be nice to our face. They're going to give us our respect. They're going to say, thank you for your service. But I can tell, I've had some conversations with some civilian friends. If you really make them uncomfortable, they're going to be polite to your face, but they're not going to want to be around you. They're not going to want to, you know, give you opportunities, either friendship or employment opportunities or whatever. So
yeah, they're going to see you as a risk. Actually, is what they're going to see you. They're going to
exactly.
They're going to see, well, God damn, man, this guy's coming in here with a dysfunctional veteran T-shirt that says "Leave me alone," and he's
yeah.
You know, and I'm like, leave you alone, bro. You just applied here, man. We don't really want to have that gloom and doom shit. Yeah. You know, everybody go fuck yourself type shit. You know, I'm like, that's not how it works. Yeah.
So on that topic, the reason why I said all that before I went on my tirade is that $14 a month, when I eventually put the paywall back up, $14 a month is nothing, especially if you're collecting disability, especially if you're collecting retirement. Like, if you're serious about improving yourself post-service, like, and you're not willing to make a $14 investment, like, my people around me were just like telling it like the price should be higher. And I'm like, no, I want it to be like cheap enough to where, like, you look like a huge asshole if you have a problem with the price for how much value is being given here. Because I want it to be a filter almost of those type of veterans that are going to come in with that entitlement mentality.
Well, that's another thing too. It's like you're helping. It's not like you're helping. That's another thing. Now you're getting me on a tirade now. It's like, look, man, if a fellow veteran, and that's the problem with the veteran community right now, is that one person says something that a hater has, someone will hate on you and say, hey, look, why is this guy gonna try to charge $14, blah, 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 blah. Bro, if I'm in a slump and I need a job and I want to build my business and I don't have I don't want to say mental capacity, but I don't know where to begin, and someone's saying, hey, $14 a month, I can help you out, bro, and you're a fellow vet, so some of the stuff that I can relate with, if I say something that you're not going to go, oh my God, this guy's going to go nuts because he's talking about driving off a cliff. But me and you know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about driving off a cliff. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take that. I'll pay that $14 a month. But again, dysfunctional veteran shit. It was funny. Okay. It's just like a meme. It's like the Tua memes that I'm seeing. Holy shit. It was funny the first few days, but now, bro, we had to do a contest to get everybody out of the inbox. Okay, look, you guys give us a tank that's got Hawk Tua on it, or Bradley or whatever, and it's got Hawk Tua, and we'll make it movie quality, make it look like it's a freaking movie poster, and we'll post it because you guys are like really running this down. No, you're right. Dude, I get. You're right. It's almost like hey, look at me. I'm a veteran. I'm gonna go ahead and just. I'm not beating up my brothers or my sisters. I'm not. Yeah, exactly. Gary says there's Vikings everywhere. Or Spartans. Woo. Yeah. But yeah, we don't need that as a veteran community. Like you said, I'm thinking about how we look to the civilians, and all that. That's why I was really freaking humbled when I was talking about haircuts for heroes, and they were just like, hey, we're excited for you to come back on. I was kind of like, whoa, hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. That's what I'm talking about. Let's hype this up. A few years back, I'd have been like, thanks. I'd probably would have been like, okay, what's this event? You know what I mean? You're kind of, but like I was saying, the further you walk away or the further you're away from the military, you start, your humanity starts coming back. It just feels weird now.
And I'll be honest with you. So like I empathize with a lot of that community that we were just like kind of bashing, is because I was that for the first 5 years. That's the irony of this whole thing, is that I really was that. And then I remember I walked into my first jiu-jitsu class and got destroyed by like a little Filipino girl half my size. And I was like, what the hell? Like the huge ego check, right?
Yeah,
So,
I bet.
And it's something that it's honestly, it's something that I think every veteran kind of has to go through on their own. It's a deeply personal journey. And the sooner that you can sever that identity, and even if it's a slow severing, it's okay. You look at the world and your experience differently. So just last November, I was at the Marine Corps birthday in Las Vegas at the Leatherneck Club. And it was a completely different experience than ever before. And I saw it from a different lens, and I appreciated it in a deeper, more meaningful way because of where I'm at in life and all of the personal growth that I've done. And to see the different types of or specifically Marine vets from all walks of life and different stages of their journey of transitioning, from guys that just got out to guys that are, much, much older. It was just really, really cool experience. That it was not like, because I've done it before earlier. Like when I first got out, I've been to Marine Corps birthday there, and it was different. It was just completely different when you do that kind of healing.
That you bring up a good point. You bring up a question now, and a point. Where do you find the biggest demographic of struggle? Is it the guys or the gals?
I don't know a lot of female veterans, to be honest with you.
Really?
I don't know a lot at all. I can tell you from what I've seen a lot of veterans that tend to isolate. And one of my first managers that I had in my business, he was a Marine reservist, and he had some issues. And it was crazy enough is that he had issues because the Marine Corps let him down. He was about to be homeless, and he begged. He's a reservist. And a lot of the courtesies in the reserves is like, if a member of a unit's struggling, try to get him orders somewhere. Try to get him on active orders and do something, even if it's a different unit.
Right.
Everybody in the reserves knows that what typically happens. And he went to his command. He was about to be homeless, and he's like, "Hey, please send me orders anywhere. I'll deploy to Iraq. I'll go to Afghanistan. I'll go anywhere." And his command just said no. And I ended up getting him a job with me. And so I guess the point that I'm trying to prove is that a lot of the military experience just doesn't have to, you don't have to see combat to have a traumatic experience. Like our mutual friend Janae, she covers a lot of stuff, on that side of the traumatic experiences that the military can give. And everybody has their own, it's trying to find the right words because it's touchy. It's like, when you're in, you don't realize how not normal some things can be until you've been out for a while. And when you actually see define the word traumatic, like something that could be considered traumatic years after service, someone would call you a bitch for, like, even bringing up like business. But the longer you're out, you're like, actually, that's kind of fucked up.
Oh man, come on, don't be an ass. You're such a bitch. Yeah. David says that he see a lot of veterans that have made the military their identity.
Yes.
And I wonder if is it an identity thing because they're out and they're getting to do things that they wish they could do in the military, or, I mean, it's a question it's more like a rhetorical question, but you just, I don't know. Because I have friends that like to do run and gun, they do shooting events and 3-gun shoots. I love doing that shit too. So it's fun. Is it connected to veteran stuff? Is it not connected to veteran stuff? Is it just competition stuff? You know what I mean? It's kind of like our service kind of gets intertwined with those types of sporting events. I consider a sporting event.
Well, I mean, I love it. So I firmly believe, and at least speaking from the male perspective, that it's important to keep those qualities about you. Know how to shoot, know how to fight, know how to defend your family. Those are all real important. Actually, nothing will drive me more crazy. Like I try my hardest not to be a judgmental person, but nothing will drive me more crazy than to seeing like the typical disgruntled veteran T-shirt with a guy that's way overweight and can't fight his way out of a wet paper bag. Like if you're gonna wear like the stuff, then like walk the walk, live the life, right? So
Don't call me a pogue, dude. If you weigh 500 pounds more than me, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, if you can't, if you're out of breath checking your mail, then I'm not the pogue.
So it's one thing that it's all those things like the combatives, the shooting. I think that's all important, civilian or not. Like it's. So I think it's more, what the comrade just said. It's about the identity, and I think people cling to that and they first get out because, let's be honest, the military is a big accomplishment.
It is.
It's a really, really big accomplishment. But as time goes on, you have to evolve, or else you end up like Al Bundy, still talking about his high school football days.
Oh, I know that, especially going out to the Midwest and visiting, and they're like, there are people like Al Bundy still. You know what I mean? So you're like, oh, damn, dude. It was like, but then again, I was, you were a football hero in 2006. Well, 2006, I was in like Germany or something like that. So. Okay. Hey, Marshall, thanks again, bro, for hanging out. This is a good chat. Yeah. This was like I love this because, like I told the audience, it's just informal. I'm like I said, just a couple of questions that I already asked from what I forgot the last time we spoke. But again, you guys check out his links. I've dropped them all in the chats. Marshall, you got any final words you want to say before we cut it for a break?
No, just thanks everyone that's taking the time to listen. It truly means a lot to me that you all are, if you're listening and you're taking the time out of your day to hear the message that I'm spreading.
Awesome. All right, guys, we're on a break, and shout out again to Marshall for hanging out with us. And we'll be right back. Hey, Marshall, hang out for a sec. We're gonna shoot the shit. I'm gonna yell at the team more. Just kidding. I won't do that. We'll be right back, and I'll make sure I'll secure my mics. That way you guys don't hear us blabbing. All right, make sure you take a break. Make sure you guys, smoke your cigarettes, refill your glasses, drink some water, and hit the head. Shots, stand by.
There's a lot of tough talk on Twitter, but there's not a lot of real talk.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
And we're back. Man, that was a good talk. Shit. I love talks like that. Just shooting the shit, shooting the breeze. Again, thanks, Marshall, for hanging out. Marshall Terrin. Play some like ganja music. Want some ganja mod. So, at any rate. So, what are we gonna talk about now? Let's check the news. Let's see, did we get blocked? Did we get blocked from the let's see. Yeah, David Cunningham says that Marshall, your program would be great for service members in the transition assistance program for the. Yeah, man, we're trying. We're just talking about that. See if we can get into the voc rehab stuff. We'll see what comes off of that. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that next step. So let's check the news. Let's check the feeds right quick before we let's see. Julian Assange, is he still alive? Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm checking. Oh man, nothing that I've seen so far about Julian Assange other than he's free now. He was looking pretty bad when he was in jail too, so I'm just kind of like, yeah. Yep. So yeah, everything's as of 2 hours, the video that I've shown you before, and again, this is from the WikiLeaks X app account. Let's see, let me go back here and let me grab this stuff. Let me grab it again. There we go. Yep, still up. It's not been deleted from X. Could you imagine if it was taken? This is from WikiLeaks. Could you imagine if this was taken, like if this was before Elon bought X? Could you imagine what would happen right now? People would be losing their shit. I think WikiLeaks the X account would have been deleted. It would have been permanently banned. That's just me. So, yeah, man. Hey, let's look at that. Look at he's gonna have some good shot. Exactly. Looks like he didn't miss a meal. Looks like he was already eating and grubbing up, and he's taking off. So, he was in England, not the U.S. Was it? Did I say the U.S.? Did I say that? Oh. Okay. Well, I don't know. Did I say that? Did I say